Hi, I'm Vince Weston, and this is my intro into the Twisted Clown Military Appreciation Build, and I'm sure you've heard about it. It's a military theme build, can be anything, as long as it has a military theme to it, and starts on Veterans Day this year, November 11th, previously known as Armistice Day, and goes through to Memorial Day of next year, which is May 28th. So, I've decided to jump in and because I truly believe that our military men and women need to be appreciated for the sacrifices that they make, especially two groups that are very strong for me, which is the Korean War vets and the Vietnam War. I think these two groups were underappreciated for many, many, many years, and I think it's a terrible shame. Getting me on to the build I'm going to do, there's three other particular people that I truly appreciate personally, and not particularly because of their military careers, but because of who they were to me. The first one was my dad, Roland Weston, who was in the 13th Armored in the Battle of the Bulge under George Patton. The second is my father-in-law, George S. Gasper, who was under General MacArthur in the Philippines. And the last is my oldest brother, Guy Weston, who was in the 25th Infantry in Vietnam in the late 60s. I'll just say that. So, the one thing I thought of was, what would all three of these men and millions of others have in common when I was trying to pick my build? And this is what I came up with. And hopefully it fits. I'll have to move this a little bit so it's back further. Excuse me. Okay, is the 2.5-ton truck, which of course is the Deuce and a Half, and had several other names. But I presume somewhere during their military careers they probably all rode in one. I'm sure my brother's was a little bit more modern than this one. So I figured that tied the three of them together, as well as many other veterans and men of the U.S. Army, and that's where I'm going. You might remember this kit from my something vintage video that I just recently did. This box actually has two kits in it, and as you can see, they're still in the plastic. I'll try not to rattle them around too much. It looks like a really nice build. It's a Tester's Italieri. I believe Italieri is really the manufacturer, and Tester's just bought in. The only problem I have is when the guy put the two kits into the one box to save space, he kind of lost the decals. Now, this isn't, I guess, too big a deal, since most of them are just stars. Of course, they're different sizes. And there actually is some serial numbers and other pieces that go with it. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to come up with something for those. But I kind of intend to build this straight out of the box. Probably looking very similar to this. I'm debating the tarp cover and the cab cover. The tarp cover doesn't come with the kit. You actually have to make it out of tissue paper and either styrene rod or wire to make the hoops. So that'll be something a little different for me. This actually is my first ground vehicle from military, so that's an additional thing. I have quite a few in my stash, which are very relative to my three appreciated family members. Of course, a lot of my other family members were in, but the three I'm talking about have the most direct. Without one, I wouldn't be here, and without the other, I wouldn't have been able to marry my wife, and the third was the best big brother that probably anybody could have. So I guess that's enough said on all that subject. Here's the kit. This is what I'm building, so I best move on before I get too weepy about it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.